in the Volume.com studio this Friday morning, joined now by a couple special guests. We've got Ricky and Joel of the Wild Feathers here. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Ow. Thanks for getting up early to hang out with us. I know you've got early on most musicians' schedules, but maybe I'm profiling a little bit.
5 a.m. this morning, so this is like...
Is that a joke, or are you serious?
I never went to bed, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That sounds actually more accurate, yeah. Why on earth were you up at 5 a.m.?
I don't really know. I mean, we get up pretty early. I have a 6-year-old,
So this is kind of par for the course.
You're so excited about Americana Fest.
that has something to do with it. Americana Fest, it's just a big day for us and a lot of, people in Nashville and bands and stuff like that. So, I woke up and I was like, I feel really good. So I jumped up, had a pot of coffee before anyone woke up in the house. It was really nice. Had some me time.
That's nice. This is actually this is how I do my mornings too.
Right.
I wake up at like 6 every day, and I'm like, good. I can be alone for an hour.
It's the only chance I really get. Really. So.
Well, before we dive in, I should point out to our listening audience that we are also live streaming this on video right now over at volume.com/lightning100, which I maybe didn't even give you a heads up on that, but hi, cameras, yay. And so you guys, like I said, have a pretty big day ahead of you. So starting out here with us on Lightning 100, you're going to I'm Gene and Willie this afternoon to play an acoustic set.
Correct.
And you're headlining Musicians Corner out at Centennial Park tonight, which is going to be a crazy fun lineup because it is the Americana Fest edition of Musicians Corner plus the 25th anniversary of New West Records, which is your current label. So they're actually normally Musicians Corner is 5 to 9 p.m. They're starting it at 3 today just to fit everybody in. Esther Rose, Rodney Crowell Trio, Emily Nenny, Buddy Miller, North Mississippi All-Stars, Secret Sisters, and Wild Feathers. I had to say that really fast. That took too long.
We're excited. We're going to get there as early as we can just to catch all those bands. I mean, Rodney Crowell, Buddy Miller, and we've known the Secret Sisters for a long time too, so we're really excited.
They were like one of the first bands I think I recorded when I started working here at Lightning 100, and I was like, wow, you guys sound so good. These harmonies. I know they did some also I can't remember, they did a song from Cinderella or something, and I was like, oh, this is lovely.
And then there's us, and we're gonna try to sing our harmonies here.
Hey, why so secretive?
But so have you guys been seeing many shows during Americana Fest this week?
No. I did one at the Optimist, and our friend, they actually produced our new record coming out next year. Shooter Jennings was hosting an event at the Optimist Tuesday night.
I was actually at that,
It was really packed. So,
it was very crowded.
I went to that, and then I've been recovering ever since.
So I feel like I ducked out on the earlier side. But
we got out of there at a decent time, but it was, School morning, they come quick,
That makes sense.
During the week, but
I've got Ricky and Joel here from the Wild Feathers live in Volume.com studio. Well, you guys brought your guitars with you, so before we keep talking...
these things?
These things.
I thought these were just here.
Just props, but, usable props if you want to play something.
Sure.
Yeah, we're gonna do one off our first record because we're also doing a 10-year anniversary of our first record that came out in 2013. So we thought we'd kick it back to that because a lot of the other shows we're playing around the country are doing that first full record.
Yeah.
So, I love that.
We're really excited to play a full band set tonight
at Musicians Corner. And are you so is tonight going to be one of the anniversary style shows, or are you saving that for the December show?
That'll be the December show at where's that?
Riverside Revival.
Yeah, December we'll do that show here, but tonight it's just full out rock and roll
show.
Yeah.
Great. Yes. All right, well, let's hear one from that first album. Got the Wild Feathers live here in the Volume.com studio.
Here we go now. I'm a lover of yesterday. It don't matter where I lay. I've got tall boots, memories to hold. And when the sun finally sets, I can see my cigarettes burning slow, just like the songs on the radio. Young man, 17, green eyes, blue jeans, and boots so warm, all the miles they've seen. I remember holding on to every prayer I said at dawn, like get me home. I promise I'll never leave. I promise I'll never leave. Oh, where would I go? 'Cause all these melodies sad and cold. And all these stories that have been told, oh, have me growing old. On the dusty hood of a car, I could hear all the stars singing out of tune with the moon. And the song was sad as hell, and then the stars fell, lighting up the road between me and you. Young man, 23, living on amphetamines, and eyes so black, all the sadness they've seen. I remember holding on to every prayer I said at dawn, like get me home, I promise I'll never leave, I promise I'll never leave. Oh, where would I go? 'Cause all these melodies sad and cold, and all these stories that have been told, oh, have me growing old. I remember holding on to every prayer I said at dawn, like get me home, I promise I'll never leave, I promise I'll never leave. Oh, where would I go? 'Cause all these melodies sad and cold, and all these stories that have been told, oh, have me growing old. La da 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 da, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da, ba da.
Lightning 100 got the Wild Feathers live here in the volume.com studio and streaming on video as well at volume.com/lightning100, playing one from their first album, self-titled album, which came out 10 years ago now, which is
really hard
so
to believe.
it's so crazy because and we were talking about this like a little bit off air, but like I've been listening to that album since it came out.
It's the soundtrack
And,
of
like,
many people's lives. I mean, it really is.
But it doesn't make any sense. Tens of people. I am one of those tens of people. But like truly, I mean, I think I got that album like, you know, within a few months of it coming out. And like I cannot believe it's been 10 years. Like it does. And I feel like that sounds like one of those things people just say, but like I really mean that.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't.
our little piece of pop culture, you know. It's one of those things like the 90s, Wild Feathers debut album, and then
Yeah. You had MTV Nirvana Unplugged.
Right,
You have the
right.
Wild Feathers debut album, you know.
Exactly.
But no, like really, how does it feel to be like marking the 10-year anniversary of this?
It's very surreal. I mean, it feels like 40 years ago. It also feels like it was like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's
Somehow
really hard
both
to
are true.
Explain. Yeah.
Also, I think that, you know, it's kind of like I've noticed everybody having like, oh, here's the 20 year and here's the 25th. Everybody having like an anniversary thing. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like when you're looking for a car and all of a sudden you start noticing the other cars. Like, man, everybody's doing an anniversary thing these days, you know. But
it is funny. I do feel like there's a lot. I feel like 2013 must have just been like a really good year in music because I feel like there's a ton of 10-year anniversaries this year,
I
which is
saw
super cool.
Jason
but-
Isbell, Southeastern, and the packaging is just unbelievable.
Oh, is that
yeah.
the 10 year of that one too?
Yeah, I
oh,
think
wow.
so. And
Yeah.
it just makes
Wow,
me
yeah,
really
that's a
mad.
big one.
We just released ours digitally.
Yeah.
A little cheaper.
Yeah, you did like an acoustic version of all the songs, right? Over on,
yeah,
on
we did it.
Bandcamp.
Joel produced it. We did it at his studio. And that's what we're doing now, on that tour is kind of like a Nirvana unplugged.
Oh,
kind of
cool.
approach,
Okay, I actually didn't even know that. So so you're
Yeah.
for those 10-year anniversary shows, you're doing like the whole album, but done acoustic.
Start to finish.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then- yeah.
I love a full album show. Like
do
those are
too.
really, honestly,
Yeah.
they're usually my favorite shows.
Yeah,
I
I
think
do
it's
too.
so cool because that's kind of how the music was, originally put together.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is strange. The first couple of shows we did, it was really strange because like a lot of times we'll call audibles on our set list, like in a normal show. Let's do, and there's no audibles on this, so you're you're expected to play
Let's
by the
skip
rules.
that one. We're supposed to play them all.
Yeah.
And is that weird? Because like sometimes you would just be like, I don't feel like playing that
yeah,
song.
and, sometimes you can read the room, but everyone at these shows is there because they love that record, so they want to
Yeah.
hear it.
And like nobody's not going to want to hear one of the songs because they're there for a
Right.
reason.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and you can in Nashville, you can catch this 10-year anniversary show. This one's gonna be swinging through Riverside Revival on December 9th, presented by Lightning 100. I am so excited for this
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, it's
Tickets.
almost sold out.
Low
Yeah,
tickets.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I was
everybody
actually
started
gonna.
getting
I
on
was
there. Yeah.
checking before because I was like, I wonder if this is sold out. But yeah, Riverside Revival Nashville.com. Grab those tickets because they are going quick, and we still
and
got.
it's the final show of that tour, so
Of the year, probably. I
yeah,
imagine
for
December.
sure.
Oh wait,
December.
no, we're going out with Turnpike Troubadours the next
Yeah,
week.
but
after
of the
that. Okay.
acoustic tour, of the acoustic
Of those
tour.
anniversary
So you won't
shows.
hear us play acoustic full band for another 10 years at least.
Yeah, hopefully
So
we don't have to do that.
Yeah. It's fun, but it's also, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But tonight's full band. And I can tell you're excited about that
Yeah,
one.
I'm really excited about that.
And then so just one more question about like the 10-year anniversary
Sure.
thing. So like, have the songs on this album like changed to you guys over the years?
Yeah, I think so. That's a good
Yeah, well, it
question.
is funny. Like when you go after playing it for 10 years, and then you go back and like listen to the record. It's like, oh my god, we've been playing it wrong for 10 years, or
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
Like
really?
different parts, or like just extending intros, or the solo sections, or just little things that you played different. I'm like, oh, I don't even remember how we did that, but we've
Yeah.
been playing it wrong for 10 years. I
Right.
Oh,
guess we're just gonna keep playing it wrong. I don't know.
So yeah, I was like, are you going to keep playing it wrong, or are you trying to stay
Yeah.
pretty more
Yeah, we'll keep playing
faithful
it
for
wrong.
the?
Yeah.
keep playing
Just-
it wrong.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's your music. It's
Right.
not wrong.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, I know. And I also I like it when it doesn't sound exactly like the record.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah, I wrote some of those songs when my now wife and I were dating,
Yeah.
and trying to figure that whole thing out. And we're since married, and all of us have kids now. So it's like those songs have a different meaning now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which is great. I think it's great.
No, I think that's cool. I think it's cool how it changes over time.
Right.
My name is Stephanie. I've got Ricky and Joel of the Wild Feathers live here in the Volume.com studio talking about the 10-year anniversary of their debut album, which they are touring now, which you can see that December 9th at Riverside Revival, but also playing tonight, headlining Musicians Corner for free in Centennial Park as part of the Americana Fest New West Records 25th anniversary celebration of Musicians Corner. Lots to celebrate tonight. And again, more anniversaries, like you said.
oh yeah.
So tonight they're going to be going on at 8 p.m. We also have the Secret Sisters, North Mississippi All-Stars, Buddy Miller, Emily Nenny, Rodney Crowell Trio, and Esther Rose, all going to be playing out at Centennial Park starting at 3 p.m. Okay, so we kind of covered the 10-year anniversary, but it sounds like you guys have some new stuff coming up too. I know I saw a couple weeks ago you posted like a little teaser video of your test pressing for an upcoming album.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's early spring release. We're really excited about it. A good friend of ours, Shooter Jennings, produced it out in California. First time we've ever recorded an album in LA, which is very strange because we were out there working all the time. We've always just ended up here. But it was really nice to get away from the domestic duties. You know what I mean?
That actually does make sense.
So we would
yeah.
work late into the night, and then can sleep in a little bit, and then go work all day again. It was
Yeah.
really great. Yeah, so
It
we're
makes.
really
I feel like there is something to be said for like when you're going in to make an album, kind of, removing yourself
Yeah.
from daily life, whether it is like
Yeah.
family and kids or just whatever your
Right.
day job,
Yeah, just,
anything. yeah.
there's no distractions. Like so and so wants to go do this or this. There's no other thing to get in the way, which is nice.
And so tell me more about, or like whatever you're allowed to share at least
we'll
about the
tell you
new album.
anything
It's
you know.
your
You wanna listen to it right now?
There's
Yeah.
10 songs. We brought a copy with us.
Hey, I would put that on air
We're
right
really
now.
excited about it, and it's also really like when did we do it? I guess in May. We did it in May, so it's weird to to record a record, then go back and play the
10-year anniversary,
record in between this. So we'll be excited to get that music out there and play it live and everything.
After we relearn how to play it.
Yeah. Every time we put out a record, we have to go back and relearn how to play it because now
we're gonna try to play these right though. So in 10 years, we're like, oh, we've been playing these right the entire time.
Yeah, we'll try to do it.
Yeah. I do love the idea of playing your own songs wrong. That's kind of cracking me up. But
well, sometimes you write a song and then you go record it immediately. Sometimes you demo it months before and then you kind of get used to that. You're playing beat the demo in the studio. And sometimes you write them like the day of and then you record it and you don't pick up a guitar and play that song for like 6 months until you start rehearsing or whatever for the tour. So it's like, how did I do this? What, like...
And the recording process, too. The recording process sometimes like, okay, we're going to do something totally different on this part. And they're like, okay. And then you slice it in there or something. And you're like, okay, well, now we actually have to figure out how to play that.
Like, now I have to actually figure out how to do that
two
solo.
Things put into one. I know we did them separately, but now we're going to have to do them together. Yeah.
Right. And it's fun to watch the songs evolve live over the years, because we do play them. Because we're a live band, we like to push the envelope a little bit and try new things. So
and you're like bouncing off the audience, like what people get excited about.
Yeah.
And how was so you mentioned like all these different ways to like write that you may end up writing songs. Was there like one way in particular that you did this new album? Like were they mostly day of? Were they mostly demos you've been kicking around for a while? Like,
well, one thing we did different, we didn't demo we probably wrote like 30 songs or something, but we didn't do a full band demo of the songs like we usually do. We usually like, okay, we'll write it, we have a voice memo, and then we'll go in with the band, figure out what we're gonna do, and then go into the studio. But this one we just did like a drum machine and acoustic guitars because we didn't want to get married to like whatever the band was doing. We wanted to go in fresh with Shooter and just like, okay, so now we're gonna make up the figure out what the beat is or the the guitar solo and stuff. So we're not just totally married to it and open to changing things. So we really did bare bones demos. Opposed to like
because we wanted Shooter to produce it.
Yeah. I was like, well, he's
we produced our last record.
Yeah.
Like that's not fun.
No, you're not a fan now.
I mean, it's great. It's just a lot of work and a lot of pressure and now
you're
the
doing
pressure's
two
all on
jobs
Shooter.
at one time.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's all.
But
on him now.
I think there's something really I really think there's something to be said for like going in with such a bare bones thing and then just having like the whole band in there being like, okay, how do we feel about this like right now in this room? What are we doing with this?
That's totally what we did. It was great.
It's always really the funnest time to play the song too. So it's good to like try to get that on tape.
Yeah, that the super fresh first time we're really doing this.
I think this is awesome. That kind of
and the record sounds like that. It sounds like a band, a live band in a room that's having a lot of fun, and it's great. It's probably my favorite record that we've made in 6 years.
That's so cool. That's great. Wow, I really.
What did we put out 6 years ago?
I know.
Are you like trying to backtrack in your head now? You're like,
records do we have?
My name is Stephanie. We've got Ricky and Joel here in the Volume.com studio of the Wild Feathers, and I genuinely cannot wait to hear this new music. Like,
awesome.
I mean, already couldn't wait when I saw that teaser thing, but like hearing you talk about this, I can tell. Like, I really can tell that like you guys are excited about this, which just makes me be like, oh man, this is gonna be good.
The fact that we still get to do this is a blessing.
Yeah.
So anytime we can put out new music and people want to listen to it, we'll do it, and we're excited about it.
Well, speaking of which, you want to play us another song? What do we got for this second one?
This song's not so good.
Okay.
Joel wrote this. It's great.
This is one off Alvarado, our last one. It's a real crappy.
Take a look at what happened down in Tulsa. Take a look at what they're showing on TV. Take a long, hard look in the mirror, 'cause it's clearer. Take a look at what's happening on your street. And I don't know if I want to choose. When it's heads you win and tails I lose. We've gone too far to go back. We don't know how to turn it around. We've gone too far. I think that we're over the edge, over the edge. We're going over the edge, over the edge. Take a look at what happens to a country when you turn it back to black and white. But you gotta look out to see the rainbow. You don't know. You gotta look inside to see what's right. And I don't know if I wanna choose when it's heads you win and tails I lose. We've gone too far to go back. We don't know how to turn it around. We've gone too far. I think that we're going over the edge, over the edge. Take a look at what happens to the music. Take a look at what happens to your voice. 'Cause if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. Take a look at what happens to your choices. Hey. We've gone too far to go back. We don't know how to turn it around. We've gone too far. I think that we're going over the edge, over the edge. We're going over the edge, over the edge, yeah. We're going over the edge, over the edge. Going over the edge, over the edge, yeah, 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 man. When we've gone too far, gone too hard, gone too far to get back. We've gone too far, gone too hard, gone too far to get back. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Going over the edge, over the edge.
Lightning 100 got the Wild Feathers live here in the Volume.com studio. I couldn't tell where that song was ending for a second. I was like, if I was making a weird face, I was like, am I talking? Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming in this morning.
So good to
It's
see
so
you all.
fun to hang.